Hey everyone, welcome back. Well, it is the beginning of June here. It's summertime in Texas and it is really hot this year. Today I think it got up to 100 degrees Fahrenheit, which normally it doesn't get that hot until August, and so it is really hot. We're filming in the late afternoon and it's still pretty hot outside, so sorry if I'm getting a little sweaty. But the other thing that goes along with it is that it has not rained either, and so it's really dry. Our poor corn that we had growing is just completely dried up. Usually corn doesn't last, at least the sweet corn that we're growing doesn't really do very well over 90 degrees, and this is just toast. So we're fighting through that a little bit, and I'll show you some other things in my garden that just didn't make it. I've really been trying to be up on top of my watering, and sometimes it's hard because you're working a full-time job and you're busy, and it's just hard to come out here every single day and water. So some things have been neglected, but of course the pride and joy, the thing I love to do probably the most, are my blueberries, and so I'm really trying to take good care of them and make sure they get plenty of water. So I want to tell you guys in this video how I'm going to handle kind of after the blueberries productive season. They're done producing blueberries, and what I'm going to do now. What's the next steps? Because this is kind of where the hard part comes in. It was really fun to harvest all the blueberries, but now's the time that you have to work and make sure that these blueberry bushes are ready to produce another great season of crops the next year. So like I said, these are my two highbush blueberries. They produce early in the season. So I have some rabbit eyes, and they have blueberries right now, which is awesome, but these guys are all done. And I talked about in an earlier video, I made a pretty big mistake this year with my blueberries, and I didn't prune them. And I learned that it is absolutely critical that you prune your blueberry bushes, especially in the winter time before you get buds. So because we live in zone 9 and we have such a long summer and it's going to be hot for quite a while, it's okay if I prune them now. But if you live in a cooler climate, it's probably not a good idea to prune them right after they're done producing. You probably need to do some research on your specific area. But for me, I'm just going to go in and prune these dead branches back, make sure it gets plenty of air, circulation, and just make it look a little bit more vibrant. But next winter, I am going to come in and do a more thorough video to show you guys exactly what I'm going to be pruning, because it is really important to the health of your bush and to make sure you get really big juicy blueberries when you're going to harvest your berries. So the second thing I'm going to do is fertilize. So I have definitely struggled a little bit with soil acidification. We don't live in an area where the soil is naturally acidic, and so I've been having to amend the soil myself, and it's been a little bit of a struggle. I learned through YouTube and other websites that I've been reading that really the best way to acidify and fertilize your blueberry bushes is to use 2100. And I really tried for probably 2 years to be really natural and organic. The rest of my garden is all organic, and it took me a while to give in to doing 2100, but I found that was the best way to get really good blueberries, to make sure your blueberries bushes will still be alive at the end of the year. So the best time, 2100 is really strong, so you only want to use a little bit and only fertilize twice a year. I'm going to fertilize now after it's done producing and we're in the summertime, and then I'll do another in the late winter before bud break. So for 2100, you just want to use 1 ounce per year of the plant up to 8 years. So after 8 years old, you only use 8 ounces. That's the maximum you should ever put on your bush. This bush should be about 4 to 5 years old, so I'm probably going to put 4 to 5 ounces of 2100, just sprinkle it around the base and lightly mix it in. And then to top it off, I need to buy some more pine bark mulch. You might be able to see this is already starting to break down and it's getting pretty thin. So I'm going to go get some more pine bark mulch and put a nice new fresh layer, and it'll look really pretty. Sorry, my husband just got caught with a blackberry bush. I'm going to put some pine bark mulch on the top, so it'll add some acidification, but also make sure that it retains moisture, which we definitely need right now because it is super hot and dry. So that's what I'm going to do with these blueberry bushes in the next week to get ready for summer. And I also bought a new bush. You can see around the corner. This one, you can see it has some dead branches in the top, and it's because it's been so hot here that it's basically kind of cooking in this black pot. So my goal in the next week or two is I'm actually going to put it in this box here. I had a tangelo plant that didn't make it after the winter, and it unfortunately died. I think partially because I didn't water it, and then we also moved some things around. I think I disturbed its roots. So this box is a bit of a mess right now. We have this like rogue blackberry bush that's growing in here, and some herbs and stuff. So I'm gonna clean this up and add this bush to this box, which I'll show you guys a video of exactly how I'm gonna plant it, what sort of soil I'm gonna use. So that's coming hopefully in the next couple weeks. So I wanted to give you guys a quick update on how we're doing. I think we ended up having really good blueberry success this year. The berries weren't as big as they were the last few years, and that's because I think I just really neglected pruning it. But I know now, and so I think going in the future the berries will be really big, but they tasted really good. So I guess that's all that really matters. So we could definitely use some rain around here. If you live in an area that's getting a lot of rain, please send some to us because we could definitely use it. But thank you guys for tuning in. If you have any questions, please leave a comment below, and I will see y'all again next time.